Attention, please.
Yo. 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 Yo.
Welcome to your inspirational astrology horoscope for Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. I'm astrologer Dave Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, happy new moon in Sagittarius, everyone. Hope everybody's doing great out there. If you are not a part of High Vibe TV, what's going on? Time to be part of highvibe.tv. Make sure that you go to highvibe.tv. We are the disruptive spiritual network. Remember, life is not mysterious. Everything else is. Of course, have you been part of all the new updates of the app, especially over this last year? So much of the awesome content, all the daily shows, all the awesome different shows are on High Vibe every day. You're missing out. Go check it out, highvibe.tv, or of course, you'd subscribe through the apps, but if you want to get the Premium Plus subscription with all the schools, you have to do that through the website, but still have access to log in through the app like everywhere else works. Truly appreciate that. I also have one more thing to show people here, or a couple things, but I, of course, am at the Conscious Life Expo again. This year is a big one. Not only am I doing the astrology panel, but of course, my big Sunday workshop, Planet X and the Future of Astrology. Go to consciouslifeexpo.com. You will see it there. Also, Friday and Saturday night, I'm in the rabbit hole doing the DJing and setting up the baddest spiritual dance music vibes for the event. And I am also doing the Monday post-conference. I am there the whole time. Then following that, I will be in Austin, Texas with everyone at Team Light. So you can go to teamlight.com for, in Austin, the big solar eclipse. Rich Lopp and I are going to be there. Everyone from Team Light, a bunch of other people. Go check it out. You can get tickets at teamlight.com. They're super cheap right now, so I definitely go get them. So a lot of stuff coming up. I'm sorry to say, but it's all happening on High Vibe. It's all happening in all these spiritual places. Like this place, it's kind of desolate out there. It's good to be with you, though. Happy new moon, of course. I show up on this channel for spiritual dance music or my new and full moon horoscopes and random other stuff. But all the stuff is on highvibe.tv. But we're here. It's a new moon in Sagittarius. We have quite a lot to talk about because this is a new moon that I feel is positive. Of course, it's coming with right after this new moon on Tuesday, the 13th. It's happening about 3 p.m. Pacific. For me, at least, here on the West Coast, on the Pacific time zone, Mercury stationing retrograde at 11 p.m. So wherever you're at after this new moon, just about 8 hours after, boom, you're coming into Mercury retrograde. And this is a Mercury retrograde that I find very, very cool and also super badass. So anybody out there that's going to be screaming, I hate this Mercury retrograde, I would rethink that one. So let's take a look at these charts. Plus, of course, you know me, I have some awesome fucking badass astrological shit to show you that I'm sure you're not hearing anywhere else. So let's take a look, see what's going on. This is a new moon happening in Sag at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. Remember, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. And this is an interesting time because Jupiter is retrograde in Taurus with Uranus. And of course, we've seen Uranus retrograde back to 19 degrees, back to the second decan. But Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, this thing is almost over. Remember, this has been retrograde city. Every planet has retrograded in 2023. And we are down to just Jupiter, Uranus, but right after this new moon, it will be Mercury that'll retrograde. So we'll have 3 planets retrograde, and both Mercury and Jupiter are coming direct within 24 hours on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So we are literally starting off this new year with a big bang. But Jupiter, the ruler of Sag in Taurus, Venus's home, and Venus, of course, is dispositing. And we have Venus, not in the worst place, but it is pretty bad. It's in Scorpio. Now, we've been seeing the oppositions, of course. We're done with that to Jupiter. We still have to see it to Uranus. We still have to see some cool trines, of course, to Neptune. We have, this Venus is definitely going through a lot here in Scorpio, but also the South Node is in Libra. So that disposits Venus. So I do want to remind everyone, Jupiter here with Uranus works, we want all these major big things and beautiful things to happen. This is about the optimism that they will. We have to have patience, especially with Mercury that's going to station as this new moon's happening and then station retrograde. And this is a Mercury that last year went direct at 8 degrees. It's a Mercury that is sitting at this really weird spot because 8 degrees of Capricorn has a lot of history to it. A lot of history from the last time Pluto was in Capricorn into Aquarius during the Revolutionary War, all the way to 2020 and what I warned you all about for fucking years on this channel, hence the reason I'm not on here all the time and I'm on High Vibe, because I'm an astrologer I do prophecies, I do horoscopes, I do it all, but my main thing is to wake the collective up and illuminate the collective consciousness. And yeah, that was the South Node at 8 degrees of Capricorn on January 12th, 2020. So really, this is a big new moon. It's with Mars. We've been seeing Sun and Mars. They made their conjunction, of course, back in Scorpio. This new moon happening at 20 degrees, so it's almost a square to Neptune, but it's an approaching square. It's about 4 degrees off exact, so it's definitely building, but we have to pay attention to it. I would say that this is us making sure that we have a grip on what is at least believable. I'll keep it easy with that, but the main thing here is not creating some sort of crazy story where you just want to feed subconscious beliefs and parts that you self-undo yourself or create, some sort of subconscious takedown of your own beautiful life. This Jupiter, I think, is very important to pay attention to because, one, it's the ruler of Sag. This is a new moon happening in Sag. And we're about to see it station direct on New Year's Eve. So there's a lot of positives to it, and it's with Uranus. I like it, but I also at the same time, I keep telling people, we're getting the Sagittarius that's not the full brand. We're getting like the CVS brand. So it doesn't feel fully saggy, but it is with Mars, and it is giving us this very important identification. What belief systems can we shed that are really easy to understand, but it can feel hard, especially if you're just kind of in the no man's land and just not paying attention to what's going on. The reason why I say it's easy to shed is because this is about the belief systems, the perspectives, your hopes that really are not positively aligned with your soul. We have built up way too many subconscious, and especially from the media, the world, all these weird situations over the last 4 years coming up that have been in direct attack to implant negative thoughts and belief systems. So this is going to be a very powerful new moon with the North Node being in Aries. It's finally separating from being with Eris. Now, I know people aren't going to like to hear this one, but I'll just drop it on you. If you're on High Vibe, because all the history in the stars I've been doing with Dr. Ann Wolke to, all the special videos I've been doing lately about Eris and looking at the Eris North Node conjunctions, they all bring up cannibalism. They all bring up weird fucking things. Okay, really weird shit. I mean, everything from it was normal in all the medical journals to just, a kid has epilepsy. Just, take a dead person and take their skull of a young 24-year-old and fucking make sure that they weren't bruised and they did this and that they were either hung or that they were killed in a fucking crazy way. Not that they were buried in a cemetery normally, and make sure you put some of that fucking juice in that jelly in their mouth. Okay, like weed, and then all the way from the Aztecs that were cannibals, all the way to it was normalized, including, I know some people will be triggered by this, people who go, I'm going to take the blood of Christ and I'm going to take the body of Christ and eat it. It actually was looked at as physical flesh, and they believe that. They just forgot to tell you that. So you are projecting, and that was the old alchemical term of Pisces, you are projecting a fucking massive flesh blood sacrifice. Maybe you should rethink your belief systems right now. So we have to look at the things that maybe that's subconscious, right? Like, what do you mean? That's completely normal. I'm projecting that I'm eating the body of Christ's flesh and drinking his blood. With this North Node Eris, this is not a time at all for our belief systems to be on any kind of super highway of definition, especially belief-wise, that you're not even paying attention to all this Pisces shit with Neptune, the ruler that just went stationary direct last week. Saturn, that of course is here and going to be with us and go through the whole time. Saturn is in Pisces. We're going to see Saturn, Neptune together. And then right when, oh gosh, we're going to meet in Pisces. No, we're going to meet in Aries. So they're not going to even meet in Pisces. And that's not until the beginning of 2026. So, we still got a good couple years here where there are so many things about this world. There's so many projections. And really that's the idea of what like the understanding in alchemy and magic is the understanding of once you've understood everything from the Philosopher's Stone to all these different really high-end ether-reaching ways, then it's about, okay, we're going to turn something like lead into gold. But some people used it as, well, the flesh or the blood of this person can be turned into that, like your little wafer and fucking some wine. Fucking creepy, okay? So, when you wonder why the planet's so fucking weird right now, I'm just going to be real. It's time for us to actually relook at our belief systems, because some have gone way out of line, like this race is more important than the other. That's a belief system that needs to fucking be put away forever. But no, everybody is starting to say that that's the right thing to do. That's a belief system that has gone astray, that needs to come back into alignment. Then there's crazy belief systems like, you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. Those experiments, putting human DNA into other humans and using weird genetic fucking aborted fetuses and shit and synthetic fucking shit and computerized weird fucking genetic synthesized shit is not doing any crazy shit. Well, I mean, the same last time all this shit happened was literally the fucking world was obsessed with mummies and fucking the Western European culture was natural to be all obsessed, and people who were even saying, whether it was people who worked for high-end people or elite people, were like, I hope you don't kill me like a mummy to use me as your medicine. These are some fucking startling revelations I've been having with this North Node and Eris. And with Mars being the dispositor in Sag, it's like easy with all this Pisces that all this new moon energy and Mars over this next week and even in the next week with Mars into that fucking full moon that's going to be coming once we get into Capricorn, coming to Cancer. You need to be really on top of like, what the fuck are you believing in? What the fuck are you overtaking some sort of belief, especially the negative ones? And I think that it's very crucial right now, especially with Venus here in Scorpio. This could be a good positive check, because the positive part of it being detriment is like, yeah, maybe that's a value system that actually resonates and actually is fucking cool. It's fucking creepy. And there's a lot of people living creepy shit out there. Like literally like have no idea of what the fuck they're doing. Like, yeah, just keep, I'm going to fucking project that the blood of Christ is this wine. I'm drinking Christ's blood. Fucking weird. I'm using that as one example. Okay? Like, wake up here. Like, this is a new moon that you could be either woke up or just go back to sleep. And I feel that a lot of people that come and watch any astrologer or are seeking to understand what the fuck's going on, are willing to wake up and are willing to look at, and this is a good new moon, if you're willing to look at and keep an open mind and keep an open perspective and keep an open soul to, where has stuff gone way too far and where has stuff gone, that's fucking weird, because this is a new moon that is in quincunx to Uranus. And I gotta say this, have you noticed for these last couple of years, all these new moons have been, whether they're solar eclipses, whether they're new moons, they've been so connected with Uranus in this transit series. So whether it's been the opposition, whether it's been the fucking quincunxes, whether it's been the trines, the squares, they just fucking bang, 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 bang. Just go back the last couple of years. Okay, so it's very Uranian to help us here in Taurus go like, all right, I've got Jupiter here, the ruler of that sign. What are my values? And can you, with this Venus that unfortunately is not really well positioned at all, especially it's in Sassy quadrant to Neptune. Jeez. That makes things really weird, especially when it comes to delusions of what you think you could transform something or change something that you don't even understand what you're trying to do, especially being lost in some sort of hypothetical place, or more importantly, being asleep and not willing to look at something, not willing to go deeper into it, not willing to, also give yourself compassion. Like, it's okay if you fell for some of these crazy spells out there by the universe and not beat yourself up, but make the changes. This is time where we can have a really better, wider view of things, especially because Pisces and Sag are both rulers of Jupiter, but also with Neptune, the ruler that's in Pisces, that's the widest part of understanding and of the divine and even the actual physical part of space. But also you have where the galactic center is in Sag, you have Antares, which is in Sag. You have this huge energy. So this is about this big clash with all this. There's so much in this world to try and understand and so forth. But maybe it's like, maybe with Jupiter in Taurus, it's like, let's pay attention to the value systems that are actually resonant in my life that I value very deeply, and start from the bottom and go all the way through. This is not a time anymore where people are sick of the world pushing what you should value and what you shouldn't. It reminds me of the diversity bullshit. Like, all the law firms are being sued now because, I'm sorry, but this is about all people. This is not about only these races. I can't even believe we live in a time where people are fucking calling out, no, this race is more important than that one, and that's a bad race. The fuck's going on? And any astrologer out there playing that shit, I can't, they talk about ethics in astrology. The ones that are saying what is ethical are the ones telling all of the astrology community what is ethical while literally being racist, while literally telling people that this group is more important than these people and only these people should get fellowships and only these people could talk. And we need to make sure that this many of this group can talk, not these people. Sam Reynolds and everybody on all those ethics committees. It's fucking atrocious. But it's really easy with all this energy to be in that Sag Pisces kind of energy and just be like, whatever, he's a nice guy. That'd be like literally saying some Ku Klux Klan member, well, he rides on that horse, he's a Democrat, he fucking really doesn't like black people. He's a nice guy though at church. Like, we're living in that reality right now. And it can be hard to gauge. So this isn't about trying to pick a side as much as it is, where are my own ethics? Where are my own values? And where are the values that are best for the collective? And you can't get caught up in this weird Uranian, what might feel like tribalism, which really it can be, but it's more about the weird aspect of like, I'm taking the side, and whoever is on that side, I know it's of the highest quality for humanity. I know it's for the true inclusion of all, of the benefit for all. Because if you're going to be stuck in any of these crazy fucking places of values right now, when Jupiter, Uranus come direct, Jupiter's only going to open the doors for those that literally are truly inclusive. Not, oh my God, you are the victimized group. You get more and no. And that, like, this is fucking, it's got out of hand. This is a new moon in Sag with Mars there that's like, yo, especially because Mars is in semi-square exactly to Pluto. Like, this Mars ain't fucking around with Pluto and Capricorn anymore. Like, Pluto and Capricorn might be such a sleeper. You know, we've seen Pluto there since 2008. And I know it could be like, well, I don't know. What does that mean? It's like very simple. This Mars in semi-square here is a fucking sleeper because it's activating this powerful energy that's deep within the collective, deep within yourself. You have these beliefs, but you know, there are fundamental changes happening to this structure, to these laws and these rules, but they better not be based off some crazy belief system, especially some sort of belief system like, oh yeah, this race is more important than that race. Like, that shit's fucking crazy to me, especially that it's in the fucking quote unquote, we are the fucking astrology community. Nobody should be giving harbor to these people, period. I'm really at the point to where I'm not afraid to say it, because you all know the Leo King ain't afraid to say it. But we're at a fucking place where these motherfuckers are out there fucking, we don't have anywhere to go. Twitter X is a fucking horrible place. And then creating these false narrative of this fucking app that's #1 global with nobody on it. It's fucking, literally, I am in amazement right now that we are at a place where people are just creating their own fantasies, and especially the dystopian ones. The ones that go against the collective consciousness, the ones that go against the light work. But they think that they're doing it. And you really have to ask yourself, like, where am I making sure that I'm doing the right thing spiritually here? Because what might feel like the righteousness spiritually could be the worst thing in the world, especially with Pluto and Capricorn, because it might be changing systems, but it's still holding Capricorn like, sorry, if you're going to be a complete shithead and try and cut out that, no, and especially mislabeling people like, well, you're white. You're born in America. You look white. So you're not allowed to be around. What the fuck? If you're in that fucking party of life, or if you really believe that Joe Biden is a real physical human being and not an AI that's been proven now fucking time and time over, or that Britney Spears, and I'm not saying I know where the real Britney Spears is, but that bitch is fucking AI on her fucking Instagram. I don't know how many more claws I need to fucking see on her hand that morph, or even go look at all the videos with her and her quote unquote AI husband where they mesh into each other and fucking it's all tripped out and all the weird shit going on. We need to like all stand up now and be like, what the fuck's going on here? Because this Mars and Pluto semi-square to me is kind of the, are you in deniability, or are you really open to the fucking real look at how fucking wild and quite amazing it is on how big things really have kind of gotten off the rails here. This is where we can see the hope with Mercury and Capricorn that's going to retrograde, yes. But I like this retrograde because with Mercury, it's going to be trining Jupiter. It's been trining Jupiter here for the last, week. Look at things like Alex Jones, freedom of speech is coming out. And then you see the other side of life, all the people who don't like freedom of speech or freedom of anything, all bitching and complaining. Like, they just want to be stuck in a jail. And then they want to control everybody in the jail with them. So I love this Mercury retrograde that's going to trine Jupiter, but it's also going to go back into Sag, and it's going to come direct. If I remember right, it's at what, 22 degrees? Yeah, 22 degrees. So it will be in squares to Neptune again. And what's even more interesting to me too is it's definitely where we have to have a really big, open more conversations and really get down to this Capricorn situation. This is the last time you're going to see Mercury and Pluto in Capricorn together in your life, especially for an extended period of time. Last year was Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. The time before that was Aquarius into Capricorn with Venus retrograde, with Pluto, and then Mercury, Venus was last year. Like, there's been so much of this Mercury Capricorn throughout all this stuff to help you see like where this shit has gone off the rails, and then what stuff is already just done that doesn't work anymore. To me, the traditional astrology community and all these fucking quote unquote like astrology orgs and all that shit, they're the old guard. They're not going to make it. Nobody pays attention anymore. They're pissed off at TikTokers. They're pissed off at everyone. They want everybody to, watch them because they fucking are doing diversity fucking shit, or they're fucking literally like talking about some book they did 30 years ago. Like, and not speaking up for humanity and pushing fucking crazy fucking mummification shit like in the 1600s instead. And now they're just pushing fucking crazy like experimental shit without even knowing safety effects or anything on people, and being all weird and calling you bad if you don't wear a mask. I mean, we're at a place to where the old guard is coming undone. This is where you have to realize there's so much hope. There's so much positivity, but the only way we're going to see those doors open is you need to understand, are your values, especially your core values, are they really truly inclusive to all people? They don't, and there is, with inclusivity, it's not, well, let me define it by this group and that group. It's just fucking everything that's fucking good. All people, all things, all beautiful things. And in your own life, stop paying attention to what is not working or what is holding you back or making you feel blocked. This is a time for you to go, you know what? That shit's all been bringing everything up. That's what Saturn and Neptune have been doing, just like 12th house issues. That's been exposing you to what is actually non-alignment, or where you could be better, and you could shed off the things within yourself and spiritually that you have to become more aware of and to step more into. So, I look at it as a positive time. But I do feel that, there's a lot of fucking weird shit, especially as we come into 2024 here, which I'm sure you all know, who's been the motherfucker putting out the videos fucking on here for fucking over 7 years of just about 2024. But, even longer, of course. This is actually my first video now after this channel being 12 years old. It was the birthday, December 7th. So I appreciate all you for being here with me on this channel for 12 years. But I look at this as a new moon that's fucking awesome. Especially if you're willing to be honest with yourself. You're willing to go to the deeper parts of what, what's working and what options do you have? You have a lot. And a lot of those are ones that are not based off how your idea of control would be, but they're off when you understand your values better. And that means you don't lower your self-worth. You believe in how great of a person that you were built by God with all these amazing fundamental tools, skill sets, and unique soul. You're honest of what you came to do here to bridge the light, to bridge the positivity, and to bridge the love. Guess what? That's what was missing. You self-doubting, you starting to come, and that's okay. We go through it, but you know what? This is the end. This is the new moon that says no more self-doubt. Now, of course, we're not perfect people, so it's going to, of course, pop back up, but it's going to be a lot easier if you're really doing the work on this new moon and you're releasing all that old dark shit of where you're self-undoing yourself, you don't believe in how great that you are, or how your abilities or the possibilities as well, or being willing to be more open. I mean, we don't even know what the fuck. We need to keep doing more research on what really is going on with UAPs. What really is going on? Is this government just a fucking TV show at the moment? Has it always been? Is the world actually what we think it is? If you're not willing to ask those questions and you want to sit in Mercury Capricorn land with Pluto there and just be like, I'm just going to sit around, just only read the books of the way that the system works, and I'm just going to stay on that system. Especially if you're following anything that the system has been trying to tell you to be like for the last 4 years, then you're an indoctrinated soul now, not by God or the divine, but by literally what behind the veil is something we all would not want to actually see. It makes our dystopian fears of some sort of AI alien look like still nothing. Something that we wouldn't want to see. That's injecting people like Inception on every layer of their subconscious with some sort of belief system, which really is actually taking down systems, but you don't want to go down on those ships. Like, I can't believe that they're finding ways to take down the system of equality and justice for all. They want to literally have it for just this kind of race, this kind of people, and that's it. That's all. I'm not even talking about money. Money, of course, is coming up, but I feel like now that we've gone through Scorpio season and Venus is here, Venus is looking at this Jupiter-Uranus like, you guys gonna deliver? Fucking, what do I gotta do? So you gotta look at Venus and Scorpio, like, especially with this Sessi quadrant to Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces and in Pisces, like, this is where we can use our imagination, we can use our visual element to remind ourselves with Venus and Scorpio of how to attract the energy that is full of abundance within ourselves. Well, that's gonna be about, what are you not doing with your self-worth? What are you not believing in your self-worth? How are you self-undoing? I mean, if you have a DEI fucking thing on your fucking website, or you're trying to fucking act all diversification instead of just inclusive to all people, I thought that's what it's always been about around the world, but I guess not. I guess there has been a massive indoctrination here by a fucking, whether you want to call that dark beings or whatever is the most dark shit behind the veil, has been indoctrinating souls. And you just need to make sure that you're not in that indoctrination at this moment. I know it could be hard to trust things, but this is where you have to keep moving forward. It's with Mars and semi-square over to Pluto. Like, get to the bottom, make your decision on what you know is right and positive for justice and humanity. And it'll always, you can always see what side's winning. And you can see the side that's super fake, and that anything right now that's fake, anything that looks like a facade, anything that doesn't have any movement around it, because if you really notice it, there is no movement around the things that are trying to indoctrinate people with Mercury and Pluto here in Capricorn. Why? Because it's not even a structure. It's actually trying to put people into their own victim energy. And that's what this North Node Chiron is. Because now that Eris has separated from the North Node, we have to remember that Mars, of course, getting ready to trine Chiron during this new moon. You know, this is where it's like, stop feeding the victim within yourself about the actions that you're not taking, or, you know, are you taking actions that are hurting yourself and hurting maybe others too? When I say hurting others, like, you're trying to subjugate people and groups and trying to racially fucking segment them. You're trying to fucking pick on, this is the right country and this is the right religion and this is the right thing. Shut the fuck up. Like, literally. We're here to do light work. We're here to see the bigger picture. We're here for fucking all humanity and to figure this shit out. And not fucking start fucking whatever the newest trend on fucking whatever social network it is, and start fucking looking, trying to look cool and being all fucking woke. That shit is going to fucking literally ruin us and ruin the collective and ruin fucking your own life. I'm just being real. It'll ruin you. We don't even know where the financial system's actually going to go. The idea with Uranus and Taurus, you know, oh, it's going to be CBDC. Oh, yeah, fuck, it's going to be XRP. Oh, it's going to be crypto and Bitcoin, and it's not going to be on, no, it's not going to be on ETH. No, it's going to be on ETH. No, it's going to be on DeFi. It's going to be that. We have no fucking idea. For God's sake, the newest thing that might turn out to be the currency in 2024 is aluminum. And so you all know that my motherfucking Sprite, all my aluminum cans and all the aluminum I have, I'll be rolling in the dough. But again, I'm not believing that. But I'm just saying, whatever it is that we think it is, it ain't. So can you already see the massive setup happening throughout this world? This is a new moon to be willing to ask yourself the biggest questions there are. That's what Sag deals with. And go on the adventure in your own quest to seek out the knowledge. Like, one good question would be, geez, am I in this setup at all? You have one side that believes totally that everything's going to stay normal forever, which is crazy because evolution always happens. So the idea that, like, let's say in 1913, that, oh, the world's going to always look like this. No, obviously it doesn't look like this. Okay. So there's people who just want to stay forever with Mercury that's going to station retrograde in Capricorn for the last time here with Pluto, that they're all like, this is the last 3 weeks that'll come after this new moon of people that really are holding on for dear life, okay? And they're like, I just want the system to stay. I want my fucking job and my union, and I want my Social Security, and I want my free health care in Canada, and I want my right? Like, okay, like fucking good luck. Like, you know what I mean? And then there's another side of people who are like, I know what the new system is. It's so easy. That's what it is. You have no idea. So you can see how they're corralling people to be like, hold on to the old system. And then another side that's just like, oh my God, this is it. It's DeFi and it's this and then all these people. And it's all based off the same fucking fake money that went into all those systems. You really think that's going to be the way? Do you really think that the government can control people's money in CBDC when they can't even fucking send alerts correctly, or let alone fucking not every fucking place in the world has fucking the internet, and good luck with keeping the power on all the fucking time, let alone solar flares and shit. So stop worrying about all these things, but they're all programmed dystopian / Neptunian, because Neptune's the ruler of media, deception, propaganda. And we've been seeing that Neptune and Jupiter semi-square that for the moment is not happening, but it will come back. That, you know, they're pushing beliefs on people. They're pushing beliefs more than ever. And you could start to see people start to really believe it. And Pluto and Capricorn's just sitting here laughing, especially when it ingresses back into Aquarius. You know, it's that makes Uranus the ruler, and that's a completely, you know, what you think it is, it ain't. So use this new moon to be open to where does the future go? That's the best part. It's the fucking experience. It's the quest. It's the quest to figure it out, to go through the experience. But the number one thing that would be detrimental in your life would be to use this new moon with Mercury that's going to retrograde in Capricorn here for the next 3 weeks and come direct on New Year's Day when Jupiter, the ruler of Sag, is retrograde in Taurus with Uranus that's about to turn on New Year's Eve. The worst thing that you could do to yourself right now is sit on belief systems based upon old values that don't at all even have an understanding of your greatness, the greatness of humanity, the greatness of what this world can be, and then are buying and being sold all these fucking systems that are all based upon the fake system already. This is us building a new world and a new system. You know, so we have to remember, like, this is a time where even in the astrology community, it's not going to be those typical like UAC anymore, or any of that shit. It's going to be new shit with badass people that are not going to be fucking literally picking and choosing only who should speak based upon whether or not they're a member to their club. And no matter what they do in astrology, if they don't do shit, they get 2 speaking roles and they only allow fucking 1/3 of the people to speak, and it's all bullshit. And then they fucking have it in their mandates that they want to like force mask, even if the CDC or nobody requests it. They're that crazy. They're all diversified out. It's sad because then they don't want to do inclusion of all people. They don't even want YouTube or any kind of astrologer because they're afraid, because they don't like any TikTok astrologers, YouTube astrologers. They literally want you to just be in an organization, don't do much, and sit and their control system. I'm an astrologer, so I'm using it as an example. But you know, this also is one to where it's like, don't let the whole thing about where the government's going and all that freak you out right now. This is a time definitely to remember that things can turn in so many weird directions. Just don't get caught up in a belief system right now. This is time to shed any negative belief system and be positive. But I feel that, you know, we also have to, with this North Node Aries and Chiron and Eris, be careful. We don't even want to take in anything that's going to cause or invite the strife, the discord, and the victimization role. And this is not a time to own being a victim. This is a time to own the healing that takes place through, you know what? I might be a lone soldier and I'll find my tribe And you know what? You will find your tribe when you're that lone soldier doing the thing that actually is best for humanity, best for the world, and best for being courageous enough to be a light worker and to spread positivity and to spread hope and to do it in a way that's inclusive to all people, not just one group, not just one race, not just one fucking belief system, not just one religion, not just one country, just not one thing. Like, this is fucking becoming insanity. And I think that this is the new moon that you will see over the next month. The world start to begin to preview the most crazy shit you've ever seen in your life. And this is about not losing your mind. You know, everything from financial to fucking war, the war shit going into weirder directions, especially as Mars gets closer to the squares to Neptune. You know, I wouldn't even be surprised, you know, this Tuesday with this Mercury stationed with this new moon, weird shit happening at the White House coming into Wednesday. And by the time we get to Thursday, holy shit, some really weird shit. And I'll show you why, because if you take the Mercury that's going to station retrograde, it's going to happen here at 8:29 minutes, 8 degrees and 29 minutes. This is going to be happening West Coast time at 11:09 p.m. tonight, Tuesday. So that's 2:09 a.m. on the 13th. But I want to show you that, here we go. On January 12th, 2020, the day that'll live in astrological infamy, with the Sun and Pluto and Saturn and Mercury, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the Sun-Pluto-Saturn fucking Mercury conjunction with Ceres happened with the South Node at 8 degrees of Capricorn. So all of the lies, all of the illusions of what was trying to throw control on you, which I warned you about forever, all of that is with this Mercury retrograde. Because we have to remember that Mercury stationed and stopped here from being retrograde to direct last year, which is pretty crazy, to be honest with you. So last year, January 18th, 2023, Mercury stationed direct at 8:08 Capricorn. So actually within this last year. So Mercury is coming double time in the same year to the same degree to station, all on the South Node position of the biggest lies that would ever be told in the world. That was all an illusion of control. And every secret meeting to try and control you. And every dark being out there trying to fucking tell you how to control your life and how you must do it. And trying to literally suck the life out of you. And even, it's interesting that Jupiter that's at fall in Capricorn was right there too, but it was at 9 degrees, 22 minutes. But still, that's fucking pretty interesting, right? But there's even one more interesting thing. And this is all happening when Mars was in Sag. Oh, we just had the Sag return to that, Mars return to that again, but really interesting, right? Let me show you one more interesting thing. Now, Pluto ingressed in 1777 into Aquarius like we saw this year. Then it retrograded back into Capricorn, like we've been in. Then it went direct. And then by the time we got to January 26th of 1778, Pluto ingressed back into Aquarius. For us, that's going to happen January 20th, 2024, which is less than a month away, or almost a month away. Well, the South Node was in fucking Capricorn at 8 degrees at that fucking moment. So this Mercury retrograde is, let alone with all the other transits like Saturn, Neptune, of course. Last time was 1523. The North Node Eris going back to fucking 1492. I mean, I can go on looking all day long. I can go on all fucking day. But, and even after 1592, go 19 years in front of that and you get to the 1500s, especially like, gosh, what was that? 1509, stuff like that. Weird fucking shit. Weird fucking shit, okay? Some shit I don't even want to repeat on here into that time. All about cannibalism, all about weird fucking shit that actually is based upon religion and society and medicine that is really humans that they're feeding you. And that's in all the scientific. Go look at the Lancelet and look up vampires. I'm not kidding. Look at the medical journals. Charles II was ingesting skull powder and fucking blood from all these fucking crazy fucking shit all the time. All the way till his deathbed, they were shoving as much skull powder down his fucking throat as he could take. Like, look what just happened. I couldn't believe it because last week we did the show a week and a half ago, Ann and I. And then literally just yesterday, they announced that King Charles III is being in trouble because he's picking a homeopathic doctor. Now, I know people out there are probably like, oh, that's a good thing. No, homeopathic doctor comes from the old days of when they were using skulls, when they were fucking killing people or people who had just been hung that were young, 24. Oh, they're 24. They were just hung. Oh, they're perfect. Drain their blood. Make fucking all these different fucking crazy ass fucking shit and make it as fucking look like fucking as crazy as ever and feed it to people to make them live longer because they got their life shortened so you can have the extra, how many, 20 years of life. It's all in the records. I can't even believe that all of it has been uncovered. That the history tries to erase it, but it's not erased. It's right there for you to see. You can go on High Vibe TV and just watch the last 2 episodes that Ann and I did and covered all the fucking scientific journals. I fucking transcribed old books from the 1600s in French to fucking we did old books from the 1500s. It's fucking insane. And that's all with these transits right now. So this is the new moon to wake the fuck up fully. No more time to live in this crazy world. And the only way you live in this crazy world is you believe it. If you're really going to keep believing that the fucking president that's sitting on TV that says is the president, where the fucking White House doesn't even fucking ever look normal or the same, the fucking dude's got his hands going through the fucking microphones, he can't even talk, he looks like different people, he's fucking got a different chin, and then a different chin, and his face looks different here, and everything's different there. Like, what the fuck? You still gonna believe that's really Britney Spears dancing in the fucking videos? In her AI fucking, in her eyes fucking, are you really believing all that still? You really believe that Taylor Swift is some fucking amazing person that's been sold to you to believe is Times Person of the Year? There's some crazy deals she had to make. By the way, remember, Chiron and Aries, we just went at 19 degrees this year. Oh shit, there it is in 1778 when Pluto ingressed back into Aquarius, the same Chiron cycle too. So, there is a revolution going to be, it's already underway. But are you really a part of it? Or are you still believing that fake fucking world and that crazy belief system world that really is like the craziest thing that you bought the fucking fake deception of control that they were trying to do, and you were the one who created the control system for others, yourself, and became authoritarian without even realizing it, and took in all these indoctrinations that are dark as fuck. Why do you think I've been the way I've been the whole time? I've never changed. I'm still saying the same shit in different ways and continuing to evolve with it. But this is the new moon that's like right before we come into all this Aquarius shit. Like, are you gonna wake up? Are you gonna realize like this is not what we all as a humanity deserve, is to have people in her humanity fucking creating this crazy ass shit? And really all it is by people believing it. But this isn't about going after them in some sort of crazy way. This is about just realizing we live in a fucking mentally insane, psychosis-based collective because so many people have fallen for the fucking traps. And I hope and I believe 100% that the universe is going to wake people up through this transit. Over this next month, as we build up into coming back into Pluto ingress into fucking Aquarius, you will see in this next 45 days, people fucking be mind blown. And a lot of their beliefs are going to shatter them beyond comprehension. And that's what 2024 is a complete collective, especially the 80 to 90% that are so fallen into all these spells, and are so fallen into all this crazy shit, are going to have the hardest time because they want to still believe. into something that never was actually there or real or even close to even having comprehension of what was really behind it, propping it up. So that's my take on the new moon. Make sure you definitely join us on highvibe.tv if you want all the badass content every day and all the shows that I do and deep astrology and all the weeklies and all the fucking sun sign horoscopes and all the dailies and full disclosure. And of course you see Rich Lop and I do the awakening experience, and then History in the Stars I do with Ann, and all the other talent that are on High Vibe and in our full community that's in the app, where you can post your own stuff. You can post your own video, you can post your own shit. You just have to be a member, and it's like its own Twitter on there. Follow people in the app or on the website. Check it all out, highvibe.tv. All right, let's take a look what's in the cards for... I guess we'll use this right away. What are in the cards for this new moon? I will find a time here to do spiritual dance music. I can't give you the moment. I'm going moment to moment here, but I will be doing spiritual dance music. I got a lot of content going on, so when I find the moment and the time, I never even did check to see if this even went live. We will see. Oh, it looks like we did make it. There are people in here. Well, Pluto and Capricorn always deals with politics, and unfortunately at the end of it, coming back into Aquarius, coming back into Capricorn with Mercury retrograding here for the last time with Pluto and Capricorn, politics are going to be part of this. And you know what? You want to be on the right side, especially with Neptune coming to 29 degrees of Pisces here in 2024, now that it's direct. Are you really going to be on the side that literally is about slavery? Are you really going to be on the side that's about trying to control how people should be? Or are you going to be truly on the side of freedom? I mean, it's pretty simple. And really, you don't have to be on the side, just always being on whatever energy is about freedom and not controlling people and not fucking, you're in this group only. That's what the Democrats did in the fucking 1854 all the way through 1860 with Neptune at all these degrees that we've seen for the last 6 years. They also went into the presidential election of 1854. Oh yeah, or 1856, sorry. Oh yeah, President Pierce, he's going to be the president. He's the incumbent. No, he's not. We're going to just throw in this guy Buchanan. What? He becomes president, we go into civil war. They defend all these crazy things like slavery and try to defend that God is the one who told us. You're supposed to be a slave. But it was even crazier than that. It was way deeper. It was about monetary aspects. It was about a lot of crazy shit. So you don't want to be on that side. It doesn't matter. You don't have to play political, but it is politics, whether you like it or not. And, the world's waking up, and if you're one of those people who are thinking, oh, I'm going to save the world by fucking doing exactly what the fucking Southern Democrats did, and fucking, I want people to wear masks, I want people to take fucking experimental shots, and I hope that they fucking, if they die, they should die because they didn't take it. It's like, what? Let's not forget that we went through fucking 2 years of people on TV that told us all in our comment section, you should die because you won't take the shot. Really? Have you heard one apology from any of those people? I'm not expecting one, but it's pretty fucking crazy. I'm positive enough to hope that those people at least learned something about compassion, and also that they got sucked into a fucking crazy reptilian fucking that I warned about. I was literally saying for so long, like, please do not follow any of this bullshit. For years before, when they put up this fake fucking plague, I called it, don't follow any of the shit. It was very simple. It was very simple instruction. It's all fake. Never forget that shit. And anybody in here being like, don't get political. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, but it's based on politics. You know? That's what sucks. We're all over it. Pluto and Capricorn, we're all over it. But we're not done with it yet. So, you know what I mean? Sucks, but it's just the truth. All right, what do we got card-wise? See, some of you guys are the craziest question or fucking comments I've seen fucking ever. I'm like, geez, what the fuck's going on? All right. Remember at the end of the Civil War, even though those Democrats still are the party that didn't vote for the civil rights, remember that. Most of the Democrats voted no on civil rights in 1964. It was the Republicans who voted for it in the House and the Senate, and Johnson, who was a Democratic president who killed Kennedy, signed it to look good. It was the Democrats that seceded from the Union, and we are into the Neptune transit where you're going to see Democrats go so crazy, and you think it's going to be the Republicans that secede. When really the Democrats will literally, they've probably already seceded America from even being America and be taken over by China or some other fucking place. They're literally pushing all the tactics that every communist country has done in history. Be equitable and diversity and start picking groups out and start trying to say, I'm important because I'm fucking this. Oh my God. It's like you guys, most of the people out there don't even watch history anymore, listen to history or read history or fucking even understand it and use it with astrology. That's fucking the power right there to understand what the fuck's going on. It's not that hard. And it's sad because it's, you know, what's sad is like 95% of the astrology community is that. There's like 5% that ain't. And, you know, someone like me is holding it down. I know there's a lot of others out there holding it down too, but, you know, I hope they fucking change course here soon and don't become fucking the next fucking Southern Democrat. Like, you know, I have a daughter now. I couldn't believe that Gavin Newsom, anybody who thought that motherfucker won the debate by calling fucking DeSantis a bad human being, as they're literally showing pictures of fucking dudes blowing each other that are kids and fucking being like, no, it's fine. And then creating a state to where, oh yeah, any kid can go over here and not tell their parents and do whatever the fuck they want to their fucking bodies and mutilate themselves without them even having the capacity to understand or know. And being coerced by TikTok and doctors on TikTok. You're a sick human being. You're a fucking, like, that is disgusting. That is like the mutilation. We already are having a problem in this country. We're at 1.6, 1.7 of the population fucking numbers. People aren't having 2 kids anymore. People aren't even having kids anymore. So fucking, and you want Social Security? Oh, you gotta keep fucking Social Security going. How? There's nobody having kids. You want just my daughter to fucking go work and pay for all the people? I mean, we're literally at that place to where you just get, I just only laugh at it all. It's not a fucking, we're at a full laugh factory now. Like, are you retarded? You know what I mean? Like, are you retarded? The circus has gone that crazy now. That people literally are believing that they can live on Zoom and transhumanism themselves into fucking Zoom and turn themselves into an avatar and always wear a mask and never be seen. I'm like, whoa. I wonder how That worked the last time we tried that. When Pluto went into Aquarius, not in 1777, but back in 1530, when people started believing that they could just, let's just eat these people and we'll feel better, and we'll just live forever because we'll just keep eating the skulls and the skull dust and drinking the blood of all these human beings. That's what happened. And so when you see people start going down that road of mutilation, wanting to be around all these weird things, taking the urine of children. If YouTube tries to take me down from this, it's all fucking fact. Facts. If you're going to go down any of those roads and start to think that that's normal, you should probably urinate your own pants to wake up. Okay? Fucking you know what I mean? You should probably urinate in your own fucking pants to wake the fuck up here. Because this is the last wake-up call before the massive great awakening's happening, whether you like it or not. And you could be part of that collectively, or you could be on the side where you're just going to be so shattered reality, like, holy fuck, what the fuck, and be pissing your pants and not even know what to do and truly be, emotionally distraught and feel like you're out in a deserted island all alone because, sorry, the world's not going to go that little weird way that you want it to go. The universe has reached max influx of crazy and people doing the most fucked up shit to humanity, children, other human beings, and so forth, and not trusting God at all, period. So, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about in the 15 and 1600s, and even into the 1700s, that people literally believed that they could eat other people that were dead or that were young and that died, that they could get the youth, the elixir of life. Look it up and look at all the medical journals about it. Read them. Read them. You know what Francis Bacon said about that at that time? He said that people that were doing the mummification shit and that they were eating the fucking dead people and all that shit literally is what caused syphilis, which makes sense. So what do you think all the people doing all these crazy mutations to their DNA and all this shit are creating right now? Whatever the fuck they're not talking about. It's not COVID. That was already fake. There's something else out there growing that they don't want to talk about. Mummy medicine, thank you. There was this crazy idea of all this mummy fucking shit that they were trying to fucking bring for the 200 years that Pluto and Aquarius brought in, that North Node Eris brought in, and then you had fucking the Aztecs being cannibals and eating people, and then the Spanish went in there and fucking cleaned them out, and I don't know which one's better because at the end of the day, the Christians fucking project cannibalism by eating Christ off wafers and fucking wine, while the Aztecs eat other human beings alive that are fucking their enemies and try to put them on display in a weird way. So it's like, well, I guess it's the lesser of both evils. But at the same time, like, geez, we're in a world right now where we're dealing with that shit. Are you looking at any of that? So, like, that's fucking hardcore. You want the fucking most Sag, like, you want truth, you want Pisces, like, really, you want to see what's behind the curtain? I don't think you do. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to stay blind. I don't want to see. Well, this is not a new moon where you can deny what's behind the curtain anymore. You can feel it. And I have no problem calling out this fucking... Look what's happened to the astrology community of these crazy, amazing astrologers from the past that have just turned into fucking goobly, gobbly, fucking weird, fucking gone, fucking like following some sort of crazy, like, I'm sorry to say, just discombobulating all of alchemy completely, all of spirituality, and literally forming a transhumanistic fucking spiritual religion. And advocating for it and shutting anybody else out by race or belief. And especially shutting out the people who get all the predictions right while they get all the predictions wrong. Or they won't even predict anything because they don't think that's right. They don't want their agenda exposed. So, remember, Pisces is about seeing behind the curtain. And these big squares to this from this new moon and the weird quincunx from this Uranus, the weird Ceci quadrant to Venus to Neptune, that's the south node dispositor and dispositor of where Jupiter and Uranus are at, is a massive wake up that for those out there that know what the fuck's really going on and can feel all the weird shit that doesn't make sense and has zero common sense, keep holding the line. Don't worry, the universe is going to come around. You got to hold the line here. If you're one of those people who have zero common sense at all and really don't give a fuck and are trying to actually, you have to ask yourself, have I been indoctrinated? You know, for me, this isn't because of some political thing. It's very basic because I have the receipts that I was talking about this shit fucking so long ago, motherfuckers. Like, I just got mad receipts. You know what I mean? Just even go look at my blog on the leoking.com. Go look at my shit from 2011 and 2012. Like, go read all what I was saying was coming. Like, hello? You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty easy to use astrology and go, this planet's here. All right. When was the last time that planet was there? When was the last time that planet was there? When was the last time these two planets were here? When was the last time that was there? Okay, and go through all the history and start putting all those pieces together and start looking at all the reoccurrences and start seeing them in the reality and be like, that's going to fucking happen now. Boom. Easy. That's what the astrology is here for. So if you're going to be in complete denial of it and think, you know, oh my God, I have this free will to create this crazy transhumanism thing, you're fucking retarded. Full blown. Full stop. I'm just going to keep altering my fucking genes in the most crazy way and get rid of my DNA code, and I'm going to fly into fucking Target and buy some fucking weird ass clothes and try and fucking have a kid when I can't, and fucking adopt a kid and force them to be fucking some other gender. Wow, I'm sure all the alchemists around the whole history of all the world and God is really clapping for you right now. Fucking like, yeah, fucking, you're really fucking for the fucking team. Yeah, right. That's so funny. I shuffled the shit out. This is the card that Rich and I did today. 2 of Swords. I'm not making you guys watch it. I just sit here shuffling. Fucking fuck. Talk about people being blindfolded and not knowing where the fuck to go. Follow your intuition. Be willing to realize it might seem like, I don't know what's the truth of what's happening. Feel it. Stop watching the bullshit on TV. Stop watching the fake AI shit and pay attention. What's behind it? What's behind it all? What's behind the propaganda of this staged reality at the moment? Which, to me, you know, it took me a minute to really, as an astrologer, know that was coming, and then it happened, and oh my God, like to realize that I'm watching a fucking completely staged reality. Fucked. But if you haven't crossed that bridge yet, tap in more. Get rid of all of your subconscious crazy behind the curtain being controlled by some really dark entities indoctrinating you. And if you already know that, be positive. The universe is showing us the ways that it's going to work, and we're going to get through all this shit. And fucking, there's also the excitement of this is a fucking journey like a motherfucker. We got front row seats to this motherfucker. So be pumped. Be pumped that you're here for the light, and that when you're called upon and when the moment comes, whether it's in a minute, whether it's how many times, doesn't matter. Like, just be fucking ready. This is the moment to prepare. With Mercury that's going to retrograde in Capricorn, it's time to prepare. It's time to get the plans of the big stuff that you came here with, that you were embedded with already by God and the divine right when you came here. not the shit that has been indoctrinated in you by some fucking crazy hidden Capricorn, Pluto, Saturn, Sun, Mercury, Ceres that's trying to like weirdly mother this fucking dark fucking energy is trying to mother people and to be like, yeah, keep doing this crazy weird shit. Oh my God. Talk about eating the fucking apple like Eris puts out and causing the strife and discord with the North Node. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So it feels like it's hard to juggle so many things, but are you juggling? Which reality is the best? It's very simple to just see like the reality that's the best is the best you, that you have to wipe away all the crazy subconscious shit that's holding you back from actually just about allowing yourself to be your true self, not the self that everybody told you that you got convinced to be on Instagram. You know, I'm so happy I became an astrologer before it was even fucking thought of to be cool. I'm glad that I was the motherfucker that helped push and make astrology fucking cool. It was not cool. So fucking, you know, for me, it's not like I had all these inspirational people in the world. I had Chris Witecki. That was about it. Fucking, there was nobody being out there fucking doing anything. It was fucking like, you're an astrologer? Are you the devil? Or you're fucking insane or whatever. Right now, everybody's all into it. You're welcome. But look at how all these people get indoctrinated now. Oh my God, I'm going to go cut off my dick. It's fucking cool on TikTok today. My God. Look at all this shit happening in the world right now. I'm going to just go fucking be like Hitler and be anti-Semitic. That's fucking cool. Or I'm going to be anti-Islamic. That's fucking cool. Like fucking, are you all fucking insane? Like for real. Are you guys really that insane? Like, get over it. Let all that dark shit go. This is here to be a wild time. Accept what God gave you. How precious you are. Just think of, I mean, maybe now that I'm a parent, it's like, geez, to watch the natural birth of a child that you helped create and to look at my child every day. God is, the second we were born, everything that we need is with us. You don't need to make some crazy fucking change. The most beautiful you've forgotten. Bring that back. You don't need to go make some crazy ass fucking, you know, Mr. Potato Head, Miss Potato Head, so Sag Pisces, like, oh my God, I'm going to just, you know what, I'm going to take these lips and these eyes and move them on that and blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, what happened? Like, that's all I got for you. I got to go, but I love you all very much. I really do. Even for all those transhumans out there and all those people that want to be racially fucking obsessed and divisive and fucking be bigots and act like they're doing diversity and ethics. I call right now in the astrology community to look at everything that was said in all the ethics reviews of astrologers in the community and ask if it actually is ethical, because it actually was the opposite. It actually was divisive. It was actually racist itself. It was about putting other groups in front of other people. And it was literally the most fucking darkest shit I've ever seen in spirituality and especially in the astrology community. It's fucking horrible. And all those people should be resigning the same way that there's people resigning for being anti-Semites right now, the same way people are resigning for being anti-Islamic and Islamophobics. Same shit. All right? Like, get out of all that shit. But this astrology community is going to change. And if who's ever going to join together in this community and not fucking be afraid of, put it this way, Leo King never been afraid. He's made his statements. He's made his shit. He goes to fucking UH. I go to all that shit and I fucking make it known. That's why they don't like me. But I don't see enough astrologers out there calling it out at all. Like, it's fucking bad. So, I don't know what we're going to do, but fucking the number one thing to start with is, are you going to let some crazy ass Neptune transit that's now begun, now that it's direct, now that this new moon's looking at it, and let them go into tyrannical astrology? Straight up, tyrannical. Tyrannical. So, I appreciate you all. You'll always find me at High Vibe TV. I'll see you later. Peace out. Adios. Bye-bye.
Monster. Yo. Okay. Monster.
Attention, please.